Speaking of finals,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Turkey against Korea.
The man minus 54 kilogram weight category. Please welcome the referees.
So the referees at the ready for Furkan Ubeyde Çamoğlu against Korea's Seo Eunsu. And if you're still to fight over the coming days here at the World Championships, good luck to you. As Nadim Mohammed Khalaf Al Taimi, a big name in Taekwondo, the Iraqi referee.
In blue, from Turkey, Furkan Ubeyde Çamoğlu.
Furkan Camoglu stepping up into his first ever World Championship final. And there's his route through. Good wins against the Philippines, China, Bulgaria, and the one that we watched there against Greece.
Yeah, I mean, that last semi-final was exciting. Equally was the Korea semi-final against Uzbekistan, and so I think it's going to be an action-packed final here. Super exciting. This division is always very dynamic, and so I'm excited for this one for sure.
And we're excited to share it with the highly successful and very knowledgeable Skylar Park, who's providing her expert analysis for us tonight. Who's going to be the expert in this one? And here he comes, Seo Eunsu, the Songmun High School third-year student. I think his homework might be late this week, but he's done his homework so far, hasn't dropped around.
Yeah, I mean, impressive track record coming into these World Championships and on the mat today. You know, some tough opponents that he fought in the qualifying rounds as well as in the semifinals. And I mean, this one's going to be no easier than the others. And so, tough matchup here between Turkey and Korea.
Tough matchup indeed. Tough match, of course, for the coaches to design the game plans at the last second. Nam Yoon-bae makes his way, the Korean coach in the corner, by way of Poonseng High School. And of course, that high school duo. Can they find the right notes here in this one? Korea's Seo Eunsu against Furkan Camoglu. Nadim Mohammed Khalaf Al Taimi, the referee, will call them to attention. And a truly global occasion here.
It's always nice to see the rituals of athletes before they step onto the mat. You know, I have my own as well, and just gets you in the right headspace to compete.
And I often laugh as well that sometimes the rituals change over the years, because some people, when they're younger, they come in, they're jumping, they're spinning, they're moving. You see them 4 or 5 years later and they're just kind of trudging in, going one little crick of the neck and that'll do, you know. But the ritual's complete, the pleasantries between coaches and fighters as well. And it's our pleasure to share it with you. Wherever you are, thank you for tuning in. Under 54 kilograms, the fin weights, and the wait is over for Furkan Camoglu and Korea's Seo Eunsu. And in the ensuing battle, who's going to be the world champion in this one? Turkey, of course, in blue. Gongyok the call. A little touch to the body from the Turk.
Nice shot there inside. Oh, and Korea responds with a three-point crescent kick to the head. Nice shot there to start with Turkey, you know, getting that front leg nice and tight as Korea kind of walks into it, but Korea responding right away. The flexibility of these athletes is crazy on the inside.
Crazy on the outside as well. I think we're going to have... I think the coach stood up as if they were going to play the video replay card, thought the better of it. So we're back onto it. Seo Eunsu going through the repertoire, the shoulders loose from the Korean, a little bit more tense from Camoglu. Good push though from the Turk.
I think he knows that Korea's going to be coming in. You know, Korea likes to, like I said, instill his will and keep that pressure on. Oh, wow. Nice shots there from both athletes. I mean, Korea coming in with that crescent kick and Turkey, you know, responding right away. both athletes, great response. You know, they get scored on, but they're coming right back for you, and that's what you like to see.
Yeah, a couple of major crescent kicks to the head, chopping away and adding the big scores on the board. Good work from the referee as well, keeping an eye if the coaches wanted to play their cards. So good concentration as we keep our focus with a minute to go.
It's nice to see the scoring open up early. I think sometimes when the score is 0-0 for a while, both athletes are kind of tense and timid who's going to get that shot in. But once the scoring is opened up like this, both athletes are a little bit more free. They're coming in a lot more, and you see like this more points on the board. You know, a body shot for Turkey, and Korea another one to the head.
Yeah, and I was impressed there. Çamoğlu's jumping twist kick to the body, just flicked that one on the board, but keeping the momentum up. Seo Eunsu. The call from the Turkish coaches to come with that front leg chop kick. The Korean coach says, no, no, no. Watch for it. And tuk-tuk, which means to fake. So he's got that momentum now as we go into the last 10 seconds. Spinning kick needed. Gamjom given.
Didn't look like he quite knew where he was on that ring.
The pressure of Camoglu. Goes with the back kick. Good block from the Korean. 14-10. The Gamjom will be given. But it's not a given for Seo Eunsu to take the round. Furkan Çamoğlu needs one big score. I think a little bit early there with that step back Gamjom. 3 of 5, and the chances are still alive for Seo Eunsu. Breathless stuff there, Skylar. Fantastic.
Yeah, great first round to start us off. Lots of energy there from both athletes, lots of action. I think you saw Turkey come in and you know, he thinks he's getting up and catching up to Korea, but he always has a response and he's always coming back and keeping that lead. Turkey creeps up and Korea, you know, just responds with one extra. And that's how he's able to stay ahead of Turkey in this match.
And I think that was you spotted that kind of intention there for Camoglu of Turkey was to wait, and he doesn't have to look for Seo Eunsu. But when he did, like they are just responding perfectly. This is what Taekwondo is all about. Your legs stuck up there, have one of them. But that is what you're saying, the pendulum swinging back and forward. And I think what was really cool about Seo Eunsu, he realised what was happening and let him get into that rhythm and then went again.
Always being the last to kick from Korea. So with that opportunity to be last, you're having the opportunity to be on top, right? You can both score, but if you have the last kick in, you know, it's your opportunity to take the lead, and that's exactly what he did.
He most surely did.
Furkan coming again slowly onto the ring for the second round.
Will slow and steady win the race for this second round. Furkan Çamoğlu tries to go with the chop kick. Good work from the referee again. I've been impressed, getting in and out as and when required. Seo Eunsu getting caught up on the way through in this one. Really good Finweight final, good to see it, and there's a shot landing there for Seo Eunsu.
Nice shot there in the inside again. You know, Turkey tried to respond with that axe kick, but didn't quite land. I think Korea's on to him. Got hit one too many times in that first round. He knows better than to stand there after he gets that shot in.
Front legs coming, the call from the coach. It duly does. As you say, Korea's on to him. He's read the game. Relax now.
Yeah, it's nice to see a young athlete come out here in the world final and be this relaxed and composed. I think you spoke to that earlier, and there he goes with the crescent kick to the head. Didn't quite score, so the coach is putting up his card, but that looked like a pretty solid hit from where we're sitting.
It surely did. The big chop up and over. Seo Eunsu in the ensuing melee. Has he landed a crucial kick? He's got the first round in his pocket. Will the video review card go back to the pocket as Leith Othman has a look at this one? Still plenty of time, but again, you mentioned the flexibility here. The dislocating hips, and the hips don't lie as the 3 goes on the board. That's a big score.
Yeah, 5-0 coming in with a minute and 9 seconds left. I mean, he's got to feel comfortable here. But, you know, Turkey has the ability to score, and we've seen that in the first round. So there's never time to be comfortable.
No question about it. Furkan Camoglu, we know he's got a good left leg back kick, but not giving him any rest at all.
Oh, wow. Nice shot there from the Turkish athlete, and a come jump for Korea, which will tie it up at 5-5.
Contrasting coaches. Gamjum, as you rightly call. Camoglu now has the yellow light on. The flickers of gold were in the eyes of the Korean for a moment, but he's going to have to get his eyes back on the prize now, because Furkan Camoglu lands the spin. He also registers a bit of confidence for himself. Good spin round there. I like that spin move. The referee did not, though. I liked it. But that makes no difference now. 40 seconds to go. 1 point of a difference.
Oh, wow. And Turkey comes up with that axe kick. It looked like the first one hit and maybe didn't score. He brought it down for the second. So we'll see what the coach calls here. It looked like 2 shots from my end, but we'll see if he wants to risk that and call the 2 or just call for 1.
Yeah, I think that's a really important distinction to make, because it did look like it scored. Again, we talked about the head guards.
Looks like he's asking for 2 head kicks there. That's going to be 6 points and give him quite a good lead going in with 30 seconds left in the round.
Well, you mentioned it, how quickly the tables can turn. But these are the sort of head kicks that should score on the PSS head guard, so improvements needed. But Leith Othman having a close eye on this one. Leg gets caught on the shoulder after the first kick, and there was a second phase as well, Skylar.
The first one might be with the calf there.
Yep.
But it looks like the second one he brings up.
Dragging
right
there.
Oh, actually, wow. I think the Korean's guard is up and pushing his leg around is what it looks like from...
So
this is going to be a tough one
yeah,
to call,
because
for sure.
anything below the ankle connecting with anything above the chin strap. So that, as you said, that looks like a lot of calf on the back of the neck. And then the chop that follows here.
Comes over the head, it looks like.
Does Seo Eunsu pull his head out of the way? I think he might, you know.
Pushes that leg up with his hands.
Good spot. Leith Othman says that the card is gone.
Wow. That would have made a big difference in the game. So Turkey's going to have to recompose himself. And, I mean, calls can be frustrating. It didn't look like it hit from our perspective, but obviously he thought so. And athletes have to stay composed in those situations, you know, to get your head back in the game and not be thinking about, you know, they should have scored that.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But Furkan Camoglu still has time. He's a round down. Seo Eunsu.
Oh, wow.
Good head movement.
You see those headshots come up again, and, you know, he's frustrated with the score. I'm not sure those scored. It looked like Korea played some pretty good defense there.
And he was ducking and diving with Seo Eunsu. Furkan Camoglu will get the gam jump for lifting his leg, but this is the key. You can't lose your composure. He's still well in this. There's still time.
Still lots of time. You know, these athletes can score. We've seen it time and time again. They're scoring big points in seconds, and 5 seconds left, and
opportunities now for Seo Eunsu at the first time of asking, can he claim the world title? The big spin from the Turk. Has he done enough to claim the win? Concentration from the Korean. Intensity now for Camoglu. World Championship title at stake. Team Turkey from the spot needs the sprint. But it is the score indeed. Excellent stuff. So good for Seo Eunsu as he embraces Nam Yoon-bae, his coach, lifted aloft the fin weight. Fantastic final from both men. And a chance now for a final prayer there for Furkan Camoglu, and a final thought from you, Skylar, on his performance. A really good effort for the silver.
I mean, both great performance from both athletes. I think there's nothing, you know, to be upset about. Obviously, we all want that world title, but I think Turkey fought incredible in that final and, you know, lost it there at the end. And Korea has a lot to be proud of, staying composed. We talked about him being young, but you talked about the composure that the coach had spoke to you about, and we could see that there, especially in the final with the tight match at the end.
No question about it. Composure from Korea as we get the chance to fly the flag together.
Always such a special moment.
one that you've enjoyed yourself?
I have. Working to do it again.
No question about it. The road to LA begins. Seo Eunsu. They fly the Taekwondo, the Korean flag. Make sure it's round the right way. They've got the kicks round the right way, and they take their moment here to enjoy. Congratulations, Seo Eunsu. So good from him, the world champion. And a wonderful start here to the under 54 kilograms. Well done to him. I think we get a chance to throw a little lion called Leon Do up to the crowd and gets it just short. Look at you, he's still got the stamina to go and pick it up.
Oh, right to his teammates there. I mean, it's always a team effort. As Taekwondo athletes, you know, we're on the mat alone, but it's such a team sport. You know, you can't get there alone, whether it's your coaches, your teammates, and everyone involved in that process. And so to get to share that victory with all those that have helped you to get there is special. And so he's showing some love to his teammates up there in the stands.
And they've got lots to love. As we enjoy the highlights, we're going to take a little pause ourselves as we get ready for the next fight of finals, the women's under 73s.